a great God. Anybody in this place willing to testify? I've been living with a challenge. It feels like I'll never get up. It feels like I'll never make it. I've been paying my tithes, but it seems like my pocket got holes. I've been going to church. I got a perfect attendance record, but it seems as if it's though ain't nobody real. Why should I come into a sanctuary when the man of God is a homosexual? Yeah, I said it. Why should I come into a sanctuary when the man of God is a homemonger? When the pastor is a liar and a thief? Why should I come into a sanctuary when all hell is breaking out on your life? That's the problem with a few of you. The ministry that you're sitting under, it got a hellish anointing, and so you experiencing hell on the left and hell on the right, hell everywhere you go, because you're sitting up underneath a hellish anointing. You believe in God for victory. You believe in God for stability. You believe in God to shift into position, but because of the hellish anointing that you're sitting under, everything is being burned up, everything is being crushed, everything is being destroyed. Well, I thank God for Jesus, for when I look over the landscape of my life, even though there's a priest, even though there's leadership, I begin to realize comprehensively in the vortex of my cerebral psychological disposition that God had given me something of value, and I can seek God for myself. Is there anybody under the sound of heaven? You know God for yourself. So whenever leadership messes up, you know how to get down on bended knees. You know how to intercede. You know how to lift your voice. You know how to cry holy and worthy. You know how to seek him with all due diligence. You know the word. It's embedded. For a matter of fact, I'm prophesying over you tonight that you're the 67th book of the Bible, a living epistle that is read of men. And then God gets good and ready. He gonna quicken you to a point in a place, and he gonna use you just to confound your enemies, just to show your enemies that greatness is down on the inside of you. Look at your neighbor and prophesy. Say, neighbor, it's some people around you. They're getting ready to regret you. Bible says God releases a prophetic word. I want you to watch the dimension of this prophecy. We think prophecy should only be to bless us, empower us, uplift us, and give us money. Some of you got a problem because you love God's hand, but you hate his face. I feel like preaching to somebody. Look at this prophecy. This prophecy is not about a car. It's not about a house. It's not about your job. It's not about you going back to school. It's not about you experiencing overflow, increase, and victory. Y'all are fools.